One tip about publishing your book. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I got the hardbound versions of my book finally delivered. This took quite a while. Okay, this is one tip I want to be able to pass on to you in a couple different ways of talking about it. So I just wrote my brand new book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business, which you can get a free copy at amazonproofbook.com. If you want a physical copy, you go through the free copy process and it will give you a chance to be able to purchase a physical copy for less expensive than on Amazon. But if you want to get one right away, quickly, in the most efficient manner, go to amazon.com. They print them right there, I believe, because everyone I know that bought them off of Amazon got them before I did from the publisher themselves. So who was the publisher? I went with a company called IngramSpark.com, IngramSpark.com. We'll have a link down in the description. And overall, it was a relatively simple process. Going through it the first time was a little confusing. I did not know what I was doing. I did not have anyone on board, so that's one tip you could take away from this. Have somebody that knows what they're doing when you're doing something new, or pay somebody to help you out with the process. This was one of those things where I wanted to kind of do it the rough way so that I really understood it from all the way through the first time. And I'm happy I did it that way, but it did take longer, and it did. And I have hit stumbling blocks along the way. The one major thing I'll tell you about in a second here. The first thing that I ran into, though, and I'm hoping this was only because of the current world situation that we're in, is that they said after I had gone through the process and ordered my books, I ordered 10 copies of these to be delivered to me, and they said, okay, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while because COVID has us backed up. So every problem with every company out there right now is being blamed on COVID-19 and all the surrounding issues. Not that it isn't true. It's one of those things you get tired of after a while, because it's like every single thing that could possibly go wrong, well, it's COVID's fault. It's going to take longer while you're on hold because of COVID, so it's just one of those things you just got to deal with. Hopefully, if you go and do this, it won't be during the pandemic or what have you. The world won't be running around with its hair on fire. But if you do, just be ready for it, because they can do that type of thing. So they said it was going to be a good 3 weeks or something before it got delivered. Turns out it was a lot longer than that. Okay, I don't know what it ended up being, but you can go back and see when I got the video, when I got the deal published. Well, this has been well over a month. So these just showed up today. So it was a month and 3 days is how long it took for me to get it. Probably about 35 days from the point at which I ordered it to when I actually received the box with the things. And people were ordering them off of Amazon and getting them within a couple days, physical copies. So I knew that that wasn't the best way to go about doing it, but it was the best price. And it was one of those situations where I had to see what I ended up getting from the publisher. And it's good and bad. In general, most of the ones that came through turned out okay. And then I got a couple that were a little problematic. This one here, you can't really tell by looking at the cover. The front cover looks okay. If you looked closer, you can tell that it's a little off. There's a straight line here, and it's a little bit crooked, and it starts becoming more that way as you look along. This is where the spine, it's supposed to be on the spine, like my name, but the title kind of falls over under the edge, and then the back is just a total mess up. It's all it's crooked and everything else. So I'm gonna try to send this one back, and I've got a couple like that. This was probably the worst one out of all of them. Many of them are just kind of off center, and that could be my fault or their fault, but this one's completely their fault because it's completely jacked and it's not like the other ones. The inside of the book looks great. I really had a lot of fun going through the publishing process, and it looks like a professional real book. How about that? Who would have thought, right? When you see it for yourself the first time, going through the process yourself, it's incredible to think, okay, I took this from beginning to end, and now I've got a book just like the other books on my shelf. It's like a book. But it is. It's an actual book. This is how books happen. Not all the time, but you can make books happen for yourself, and you shouldn't be scared of just the little crazy things that can go wrong. The one major tip is just be ready for the unexpected when you're dealing with a new way of doing it. So if you're going with a new publisher, if you're going with a self-publishing mode, if you're going with any type of printer, just be ready for the unexpected. And if you can work with somebody that's worked with that publisher, with that printer, with that situation, so that they're on top of it. Great thing about IngramSpark, they put it into all the different places. So it got on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, everything immediately. I mean, really, it took 24 hours for it to show up just about everywhere. Anywhere that books are being sold online, that's a legitimate bookstore, including many foreign foreign bookstores that I didn't know existed online, have my book in them. And so if you go and you type in the name, 9 ways to Amazon proof your business in quotes into Google, you'll see all these different stores that you can find them in. And that was all remote control. I didn't have to do any of that. They handled all that. So it's a great service, IngramSpark. I'm a little disappointed with the print job, just because I got a couple funky ones. Other than that, very interesting. I'll let you know how it ends up going, because I'm going to ask them if I can get these ones replaced, because it doesn't look good to send one of these off to a client or potential client when it's got a goofy cover like that. I don't know, maybe these will be special collector's editions. Who knows? We'll see. If you'd like to be able to know how to really take your business, how to stand out in your industry and make every competitor irrelevant, that's the subtitle, then go and grab my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. Like I said, free book at amazonproofbook.com. We'll be back here tomorrow night. We're back here every night talking about ways that you can improve your business in ways of principles, strategies, and tactics. Have a good one. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.